Hey, 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 my beautiful people. It's Kim Love Jones here, certified relationship coach, and I am just getting started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am sending out, I'm sharing my live. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Trying to get it all the way together. I am excited. I am excited. Yes, I am. Yes, I am sharing out the live right now. My name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach. I help men and women heal so that they can get to the love that they deserve and desire. Yes, I do. I have been a relationship coach for 15 years, and I absolutely love what I do. All I want to do is see people win, live their best lives, get to where it is that they legitimately want to be. I want people to do the body of work that they need to do within themselves, right? Because this is really, truly what it is all about. So yes, I am jumping on. Let me tell y'all, I had the most incredible day today. Hey, Coach TJ, how are you? How you doing? How you doing? So today I went into Manhattan and I met up with Dr. Lisa and the the New York area people, L for LYIA. Hey, Coach TJ, I see you. So we went and had this amazing lunch at Bono Trattori, an Italian restaurant in Harlem, which was very, very nice and way uptown Manhattan. And we had a ball. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. And I am so grateful. I see you, Coach TJ. I see you, baby. I see you, baby. What's up? Look, I see you. I had such an amazing day today. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I cannot see until I put my glasses back on. I see something. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get my life together here, y'all. I'm just trying to get my life together. You know, it's one thing when I don't have these lights on. Hey, Kane. Thank you for you're awesome, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tonight I want to talk about poor communication and unmet needs and how that affects our relationships. Y'all know that I'm always talking about healing. Last night we kind of hung out. We had a good time. We did the doggone thing. It was absolutely amazing and wonderful, right? And we just kind of hung out, played trivia. It was kind of corny. I'm going to try to get better at this game night business. But we had a good time nonetheless. And tonight I'm right back at it. I want to talk about healing, right? It's very important that we begin to do the body of work that we need to do for us. It is, how do you say? It's unfortunate that nobody told us this years ago. It's important. It's unfortunate that nobody took the time to sit us down and say to us, listen, what role did you play in this? Nobody told us. Thank you, Coach TJ. Thank you so much for reposting the live. It's unfortunate that nobody told us to do some internal work. Like, we didn't have the tools. So this is not about shame. It's thank you, Rob Vibing. I see you, baby. Thank you for the daily heart me. This is not about shaming or blaming. Never when I talk about our healing journey am I ever blaming or shaming anyone. I want people to begin to understand their role and their responsibility in their own lives. This is way too important to just continue to throw caution to the wind and, see which way where we get. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki says, amen. Welcome in, Nikki. Thank you. Hey, Rob Vibin. Thank you for the lives. Thank you, baby, for the TikTok symbol gift. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. It is really, truly important to begin to understand that if you want your life to look a certain way, if you want to live a certain way, if you want healthy, if you want happy, if you want to find your joy, if you want to find your peace, there are certain things that you have to do in order to get there, right? We don't always understand, as much as we communicate with people in general, we don't always understand that the ways in which we communicate in a relationship are slightly different, because it requires some things. It's not just like, when you talk to your friends at work and you just kind of kicking in, like, did you send the file over? Yeah. I didn't get the email okay, I'm going to resend it. I don't know why you didn't get it. Did you check your junk folder? That's a different level of Thank you, Nikki Nick. I see you. Thank you, baby, for the follow. I appreciate you. Y'all who are in the room, can y'all welcome Nikki Nick into the room? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the idea behind this, though, in our communicating with other people, with the ones that we love, we need to step it up a little bit. We need to step it up a little bit, because poor communication and unmet needs break relationships. Hey, Midway, I see you. Thank you for the daily heartbeat. Thank you, baby. I see you. Right? So if we don't care enough to sit down with our partners and have a real conversation with them about the things that are bothering us, or the things that are bothering them, we're going to lose, because this is a requirement in order for your life, your relationships to be healthy. It's a requirement, and you can't get around it. And a lot of people get into relationships. Can I just keep it 100? I'm going to keep it 100. A lot of people get married, and then they forget that that part of the requirement is creating space for your partner, where they can come home and have a real conversation with you, and that they matter. Now, I know women are much more talkative than men, so men don't do all of that talking usually, right? I get it, right? But when they do speak, they need somebody to listen. Women's vocabulary is somewhere around, I think they said 8,000 words or something. Men's vocabulary is somewhere around 2,000, something like that. That's how much of a difference it is between the ways men and women communicate. Now, I don't know the exact numbers because I haven't researched that in a long time, but think about that. Think about the fact that when a man is communicating, he needs to be heard, and he may not be the linguist that a lot of women are, because we are professional talkers when we need to get our point across, when we're hurt, when we've been through some things. So we know how to communicate in that regard, but are we communicating in a way that makes your partner, your man, feel emotionally safe with you? I wonder. Hey, Kane, thank you so much for the heart me, right? Do you communicate in a way that speaks to the king in him? Because this is when we start going left. This is when everything starts to trickle, to go a little off kilter. Because something happened 5 years ago that was never resolved. And when that happens, there's a lot of microaggressions going on. There's a lot of situations where things are not being talked about, and then we expect for the other person to get over it, work through it, do whatever they need to do without any assistance. Thank you, Rob Vibin, for the lightning bolts, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. We expect that our partners are just supposed to understand or deal with whatever it is that we have to say or whatever. But he must listen to his wife too, just because we as women want to communicate more. Absolutely. But you also have to understand that they're wired differently. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's it. They're wired differently. Period. It is what it is. It's in the genetic makeup. So when you're saying, because we tell a whole story when we tell a story. Most of us tell a whole story. There is not just the facts. We tell, oh yeah, so I went to the store with Katie today and Katie said this. And then me and Katie was walking down the street, and you still haven't gotten to the facts, right, of what it is that you try. Because you tell the whole story. Men don't communicate the same. And we, after a while, sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Everybody know who Charlie Brown's doing. Womp, 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 womp. We expect them to kind of understand us in a way that, because they don't communicate, they're not built like that. They're not hardwired like that. They're not. Right? So my point is not to say anything like, oh, the women, you need to whatever. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that usually there is a breakdown in our relationships in a real way, rooted in poor communication and unmet needs. Because we believe that we've told them 17 ways to Sunday how it is that we want to be treated, how it is, what it is that we need, blah, 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 so on and so forth, right? We have to understand that there is sometimes a breakdown of unresolved issues that begins to knock down your house, because somebody is not doing, oh, good morning, y'all. Good evening, y'all. Hey, Bill with Daniel, I see you. Good evening. Good evening. It's evening here. Where are you from, Bill with Daniel? Where are you from? Where are you chiming in from? Amazing. We are amazing. Where are you chiming in from? Because you said good morning. And I don't know where it's morning. Maybe Australia. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But the point I'm trying to get to is sometimes because of the things that we have gone through or the ways in which we communicate, we don't know that we are not effectively communicating with our partners. Were you working late again, Kimiko? Aw. Somebody got to make, from Denmark, but living in San Francisco, but on a building project in, okay. So you got a lot going on. Oh, you got to be at work until midnight? Oh my goodness. Well, you got a few more hours. Hopefully you can work and listen. Thank you for the daily harmony, my love. Hey, sis, Tanya, I see you, baby. How you doing? How are you? Good evening. Good evening. My crew is coming in now. Hey, Dr. Lisa, I see you. I had such an amazing time today. Thank you for the daily harmony, my love. I had an amazing time today. I was in Manhattan and we had lunch in Harlem at this wonderful restaurant called Bono. I forget. Hi, Patty B. How you doing, baby? I see you coming up in here. Trattori? Was it called? But the food was amazing. The food was amazing. It was really good. I ate the rest. Oh, Trattoria, yes. I ended up eating the rest of that food when I got home. I was hungry again. It was very, very good. Yes, it was delicious. So tonight, I wanted to talk about these two major struggles in relationships because, let's be real, love just isn't enough if we don't know how to talk to one another. Because you know how people say, but I love them. But you can love them and not communicate well. And if you're not a good communicator, guess what happens? Everything is going in the garbage. That's why this is so important. This is why this conversation is so important. right? I enjoyed seeing you. I know you did. It was so amazing. It was amazing. Did y'all get to the Javits Center on time? Did y'all get to the Javits on time, Dr. Lisa? To sign up? Okay, so one of Dr. Lisa's friends, Nicole, she is amazing, is running in the marathon tomorrow in New York City. And to me, that's a 26-mile through Staten Island, over to Verrazano, into Brooklyn. I don't know how it's all going to, but they're going to end up in Central Park at some point, right? A 26-mile marathon going down tomorrow, NYC. Traffic is going to be bananas. But the point is that I think that is absolutely amazing. I don't know anybody except for her personally who has done that. And I think I need to get into, I'm not going to run, I'm going to walk. But if I can do a 26-mile walk, that would be absolutely amazing. I'm telling you. Hold on one second. I wish we could have finished hanging out, Dr. Lisa. I would have hung out with y'all for real. I'm so serious. I wish we could have just finished hanging out, like going to the different places. The next time you come, girl, we're going to be all over New York. I'm telling you. Next time you come, it's going to be amazing. Yes. Hey, Army vet. 26 miles, yes. A 26-mile marathon. And I can't even imagine what that's like, right? I couldn't run it, but I know I could walk it. Okay, I would love that. Yes. Yes, Dr. Lisa. It's going all the way DOW. And the next time you come, oh, yeah, we hanging out. We going to the Mushroom Park. That's what it's not what they have. It's like these big, it's beautiful. It's so many places. It was down near the Javits Center, as a matter of fact. Yes, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm all off kilter because I'm really, whenever I talk about NYC, I just get in a whole different headspace. But yeah, next time, there's a lot of things to do. Oh my God. Yeah, you're going to have to stay like 3 or 4 days and then we're going to be tired because, yeah, we got a lot of running around to do. But anyway, let me get back to the idea behind this is that people think that love can conquer it all. And while that is true, you also need to be able to communicate with your partner what your needs are. You have to be able, good evening. Hey, Melinda. I see you, baby. Hey, Auntie Peaches. I see you. Thank you for sharing out the live, Melinda. You listen, you come in here and you just get to sharing it out. You just get to sharing it out. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you so much. The idea is that we believe that, we goo goo gaga. We first met each other. We have all of these feelings. We feel amazing. We like, oh my God, I just love it so much. And it's so nice. And I just love when we hang out. And I love when we hold hands. And I love when we do all of this. And then the man is like, yo, she dope. Yo, I like how she move. Whatever, right? Okay. You need more than that in order to make your relationship work. And I know the part of the reason why we need healing now, right? Part of the reason is, hey, Reese, I see you, sis. I see you. Part of the reason why we're in this healing place now is because we kind of didn't know that we needed more than love. Like, I'm a big proponent of let's get to the love later. Let's see if there's respect. Let's see if there's honor. Let's see if there's an integrity. Let's see if you have good character and they have good character. Let's see if we can operate within that framework of treat. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Let's see if we can work within that framework of integrity, love, trust, in true intimacy. And I mean that not in a sexual way. I mean that in the way of talking with each other, understanding one another, being there in different situations, in different seasons of your partner's life, right? How do you handle that? When you say something and you're met and your needs are not met and you feel a particular way, how do you handle that? How do you react and respond? Do we really sit our partners down to have the hard conversations? Or do we just continue to move as if nothing has happened, and then 3 months later, because nothing's been resolved, you are still operating in the microaggression place, in a microaggressive place? Like, you cooking breakfast and you're cooking dinner and you're washing clothes and you're doing all the things. But because there was no resolution about the thing, there is aggravation, there is frustration, there is, hey, Ellie Rose, I see you. Thank you for the follow, my love. Listen, are you really doing the work? Are you really saying, wait a minute, baby, I know that this happened a week ago, but I'm not okay. And I need for us to resolve this because something is bothering me. And even if it can't be settled in that very moment, thank you, Reese, thank you, baby. Even if it can't be settled in that very moment, right? I get it. I get it. It may need for both of you to take a step back and look at things and say, wait a minute, now we got to come back to the, thank you, Dr. Lisa. Thank you for the nice star. Thank you. I appreciate that. We got to come back and take a look at this another time, because what happens is, if it's unresolved, it's going to lead to unmet expectations. If we're not communicating, if we don't know what it is or how to, thank you, Dr. Lisa, thank you. If we don't know how to communicate the way that we feel, it's going to lead us to difficulty in our relationships. So if we want to build better connections, we have to learn how to communicate, not just speaking, but also hearing, so that we can help each other meet each other's needs. And understanding, for my sisters, because we struggle with this, y'all, that men are not like us. They're not meant to be. They're not wired like us. They don't process the same way that we process. They don't need to hear the entire backstory. They just sometimes need just the facts, right? And what ends up happening is we may get frustrated because they don't respond or react to things in the way that we do. But communication is more than just language. It's more than just language, right? It's gotta be. It's the way that you twist up your face is body language. It is also the things that you are not saying that are necessary to be said. Communication is the way that you touch one another gently, communicating your need for whatever. To let them know that they matter to you. You communicate sometimes with a nice soft touch on the shoulder. It doesn't have to be anything in a sexual way at all, but it just can be, this is the way that we are communicating with one another to let you know that you matter, that I'm thinking about you. It could be text messages, phone calls. It could just be a touch on the arm. It can be words of affirmation, or it could just simply be thank you. I appreciate you, right? It doesn't even need to be, but people forget about that part once we get kind of comfortable, and we can't ever let that happen, because if you want to build a healthy connection, you need all of the parts. People want to be seen. They want to know that they're appreciated. People want to know that they're respected and loved. Right? So how do you build that? That's what I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about the ways in which we can build healthier relationships. I know we need to heal from what we were in the last time, but I also want you to take some notes. Because if your plan is to ever get back into the game again, matter of fact, take the notes anyway. Hello, let's do this. Well, let's take the notes anyway, whether you plan to get back in the game again or not. You know why? Because it's not just the communication with a romantic partner, it is also communication with your family. How do you talk to your children? How do your children communicate with you? How do you talk to your siblings? How do they talk to you? Is respect being served at the table? Just curious. Because it matters even if it's not a romantic interest right now. Thank you, Sonola. Thank you, baby, for the flamingo groove. All right. I never had that before. All right. We doing the flamingo groove, you know? So it's important to understand that even if you're not in a romantic relationship, that you begin to practice now. What does this look like? What does building healthy connections in your relationship, what does that look like? What does it look like? Thank you, J.E., for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you for the daily heart me, Miss Batson. Thank you, baby. I see y'all coming up in here. Thank you for sharing out the live, D. Simpson. Thank you for the mark of love. Fisher, I see you. I see y'all. Thank you, Fisher boy. I thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate, oh my goodness, thank you. You said you from Texas. Hello, somebody. What part? All right, oh my goodness. Thank you, Fisher. I appreciate you, sweetie. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is so amazing. Thank you. Webster, okay, I don't know where Webster is. Thank you for the hand heart. Thank you so much. I love that. Thank you. Wow, you just blew my whole mind. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Patty V, thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the good evening. Fisher, I appreciate you. Wow, you got my cheeks hurting. I'm over here smiling so hard. Thank you. It's important. I'm saying this again because I need for you to understand. It's important to learn how to speak, but it is also just as equally as important to learn how to hear, so that you can meet each other's needs. And I needed to reiterate that. And I'll probably say that again. Thank you, J.E., for the heart puffs, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you, right? This particular live, and you know, I talk to men and women. I am a relationship coach. I've been a relationship coach for the last 15 years. And I work with men and women. And I help them now to learn how to come to terms with their past so that they can heal, so they can get to the love that they really want for their lives, right? And so this is important work. This is not just for women, this is for men too, right? Because both sides struggle with feeling unheard, misunderstood, or dismissed. You know how many times I hear men, and I'm telling y'all, I'm only saying this because I'm a woman. You know how many times I hear men say she won't listen to me? She doesn't care what I'm talking about. She doesn't pay what I'm saying any attention. I'm being honest. And I know some people might say, well, that's because blah, blah, blah. No, baby, you can't have a healthy relationship if you don't learn how to communicate with your partner. You just can't. It doesn't work like that, right? So if you've ever felt like you haven't been heard, or that your partner like dismissed you, I just want y'all to do one thing. Just drop a 1 in the chat for me. Drop a 1 in the chat. If you've ever felt unheard, if you ever felt dismissed or disrespected when you've been talking to your partner, drop a 1 in the chat. I see you, Kimmy Cool. I see you, D. Simpson. I see you, J.E. I see you, Patrice. I see you, Fly Girl. I see you, Patty V. I see you, J.E. I see you, Hage. I see you. I see you. The reason why this is so very important is because nobody wants to feel this way, whether it's a man or a woman. Nobody wants to feel this way. Let me tell you why poor communication happens. Let's talk about it. Many of us communicate to win the conversation, not to connect. Coach TJ, I see you, baby. I see you. I see you. You ever be in an argument or disagreement with somebody and you yelling to the top of your good little lungs and you trying to get your point across because you feel like you're not being heard, that you're being disrespected and dismissed, and your feelings are being dismissed? Listen, if that's how you communicate with your partner, and I'm also going to tell you in real time how to deal with this, you're not winning. You're trying to win the battle, but you're going to lose the war. Okay? Because that means to me there is no more respect. Why should I listen to excuses? No, but can I tell you, Patty V, how to turn that situation around? No, Sultry Nana, we can't co-host right now. Can I tell you how to turn that situation around, Patty? Lower your voice and listen. Thank you for the fireworks, Bishop Boy. Thank you. Can I tell you? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Quiet your voice. Speak in a lower tone. I promise, like, people might think that this don't work, but it does work. I'm telling you it works. If you're in a heated debate with somebody, the lower your voice goes, the lower theirs is going to have to go in order to hear you. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen 3, for the heart meat, baby. Thank you. I don't know. Thank you for the heart meat, baby. I see you, sis, coming up in here, right? The louder you talk, you're trying to be heard. You're not going to be heard. And if you lower your voice almost to a whisper, guess what they're going to do? They're going to quiet down. Patsy, thank you, baby, for the daily heart meat. I know a lot of people may or may not disagree. I don't know. But I'm telling you, if you want to change the situation around, that's what you're going to do. Thank you, Bishop Boy, for the roses. I see you. Hey, Rob, I see you, baby. Listen to me. This is why, even if you're not in a relationship now, I want you to gather yourself, take these notes. I want you to take these notes and I want you to implement them into your life. And the reason why I am saying what I am saying is because I need for you to sincerely understand that yelling and screaming is you're only trying to win the battle. You are going to lose the war. And by the war, I mean your relationship, because part of communicating, there is a strategy to communicating and being heard. I promise you there is. I promise you there is. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you. I appreciate you. Sonola, yes. And a lot of people don't understand it. Did I see Cedric come in here? Can y'all drop some hearts in the chat while I change, straighten up this goal? I'm trying to get the goal together over here. Can y'all drop some hearts in the chat for me? Yes. I need some hearts. Thank you for the heart me. I can't see who did it. Thank you. Okay. I'm doing the hand heart. Thank you. We want to keep the chat chatting. And if any of you, there are 43 people in the room. If anybody has not given their daily heart me, this is a wonderful time to do it. I really, really appreciate everybody who's gifting, tapping the screen, because tapping is clapping. When you tap the screen, you see the little red hearts coming up on the side. Thank you. Thank you, Bishop Boy. Thank you, Sonola. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you so much. And what you do, you said, I need a job. I overstand. Look, I'm going to be looking for some people to work for me too, actually. You said cash at me. See, you play too much. But anyway, here's my thing. Any contribution, the daily heart me that goes to TikTok, whatever. Oh my goodness, fish boy. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. So anything that you do, tapping the screen, sharing out the live, your daily heart me, gifts, anything, I greatly appreciate it because TikTok gave me this amazing platform to meet all of you wonderful people that I would not have met had it not been for TikTok. So I appreciate everything that you do. I really, truly do. And thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, Sonola, thank you, baby. But Patty V, just so we are clear, when the Nika Grace, there go my sister. I love her. Here she goes. Here goes my Nika Grace. Here comes my Nika Grace. I love her. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So I shut down when it comes to the arguments. Okay, so J.E., listen to me. You can't shut. Okay, so you may have to take a walk. You may not want to get in deep, right? And I just want you to know this. Thank you, Nika Grace, for sharing out the live. Thank you, Sheila. But you can't turn off the conversation, even if you have to come back to it later, because we all deal with things differently. There are people who like to sit down in the moment immediately, and other people who need to go and process and think about what was just said. But you have to speak your truth. Thank you, Wanda, for the follow. Thank you, Sheila. Right? Thank you for sharing out the live, Kimiko. Thank you, baby. You have to be honest and you have to be open, and you cannot shut down. You're not going to resolve the issue. It's going to put you in a bad place in your relationship. I don't know. J.E., are you a male or a female? Just out of curiosity. I'm just curious, baby. That go my Nika Grace. Nika, we had such a good time today. Oh my goodness. Because the stuff being said to me is so, oh, you're female. Okay. It's so hurtful. And when, okay, I'm waiting for the rest. Let me drink some water, y'all. Y'all, I be so thirsty. Oh my God. And all I really drink is water. Is the chicken lady in the chat? Oh, the one who, I know, because I need some eggs, right? I know who you're talking about, Patsy. I know who you're talking about. Okay. So I was waiting for you to finish your comment, J.E. I know, right? Remember the lady said she got chickens in her yard? Yeah, we're going to need some eggs. We have to go to the house and get some eggs. I forgot where she lives, though. She lives far from me. She lives far from me. I want you to begin to understand. And here, Patty V, here's the other part of this, right? Thank you for the follow, Extended Grace. I love that. Thank you. So here's the other part of it. Controlling yourself and being quiet and still and not arguing back by having a conversation is sitting in your power. A lot of people think you're powerful when you're arguing and fighting and going back and forth. You're not in your power. You're in your emotion. And if anybody hears me ever talk about feelings, feelings are fleeting and they'll get you into a lot of trouble. Your feelings are rooted and tied to how you handle yourself emotionally. And so you can't just sit around and allow your emotions to get the best of you because you're trying to win a debate or an argument with someone. And so when you begin to understand that your true power is when you quiet down, let people go as bananas as they want to go bananas. But when you get still in your spirit and you say, okay, and you're uncomfortable with that, and that makes you feel uneasy, or you didn't like that. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Now you've just taken control of the whole conversation. And people don't know that their true strength and their true power is not in the fighting back or, going off or the yelling or in the screaming. It is when you take control of yourself. And I'm so serious about this. And so many people get lost and caught up in, I'm going to win this battle. I'm going to win this battle. That you be so busy trying to win the battle, but you're losing the war. And I don't think people get that part. Sincerely. So if you want to be, hey, Slinger, I see you, baby. I see you. Okay, wait a minute. You said it's when you lose the respect to listen to them. But you don't have to, though. That's also a choice. Because if they're out of control and then you're out of control, how are you any better than they are? Because we're saying I lose respect for them. So now you think it's okay to say whatever. But in yelling back and talking back, can I be real? Can I be real? When you keep going down that rabbit hole, you're also losing respect for yourself. Oh, you're never yelling back. You're never saying anything back. Because this is important, and I'm trying to understand. Divine Ambrose, thank you for the TikTok, baby. I see you. You said never. Okay. So then they're just completely out of control. Period. And so I get it. I get it. Hey, Essence. I see you, my love. I see you. Right. No, I don't say nothing. I just let him speak. Right. But there's a way to address it, though. Not just letting them, quote unquote, speak. Right? There is a way to address it, even if it's later on. And here's my thing, Patty V. Can you be with somebody that you don't respect? Because I keep talking, like, we say we love people, right? But I know we do. But love and respect kind of go hand in hand. No. Right. Thank you for the heart. Janine, hey, baby. I see you, my love. I see you. You said no, no, no. Mimi from California. Hi, baby. How are you? I see you. Hey, Essence. Look, I see you. Thank you for the daily heart. Y'all are so amazing. Thank you, J.E. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Good evening, Janine. Did we have a good time earlier? So amazing. Love is within me and respect is built with consistency. Yes. And if you don't respect a person, you can't be with a person. Like you just can't. Like, it's not going to work out. It's really not. I'm good, love. Thanks. Yes. Y'all welcome Mimi in the room, please. Let's welcome Mimi in the room. Y'all know how we do in here. Mimi, thank you for coming in, baby. I appreciate you, my love. Roses in June. That's right. Hi. I had such a great time. We family for real. No, we really, really are. We really are family for real. I felt it. I felt the love today. It was just amazing. It was amazing. And I feel amazing, like, coming out there. It was just like, it was dope. It was super dope. Right? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If there's anyone new in the chat, please type new if this is your first or even your second time here and you haven't been saying anything. Type new in the chat so we can welcome you in properly, because that's what we do in this room. We love on each other. New. Miss E, new. Yes. New. Wait a minute. J.E. is new. I knew that. Defining Dana, new. Yes. New. Can't stay long. That's all right, Mimi. I'm glad you're here, baby. That's all right. You can come back again. I'm usually live at 8:30 every night. Welcome to all the new people. Look at Reese. Reese in here. Well, where's my girl, Tanya? Where's Tanya at? Okay, here we go with the battle again. I know I got a battle, y'all, but I just don't like it. I know I do. Thank you, Janine. Thank you for the popular votes, baby. Yes. Welcome in all in the room. Yes, 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 yes. And so that's what I wanted to say around that, because you really, It's very difficult to stay or be in a relationship with somebody that you don't respect. Period. Okay, so why poor communication happens? Men often struggle with expressing feelings because they were taught that vulnerability equals weakness. Just so we clear. So let's just make that the baseline. Men were taught that vulnerability equals weakness. Right? So let's make that their baseline. Let's make that their baseline. Okay? So that we understand, right? Women often struggle with clarity, expecting a partner to just know without speaking needs directly. Without saying to your partner, this is what I need. You just expect them to know. I'm telling you, it happens to the best of us. I used to be that exact same way. Because you're supposed to know. Like, why don't you know? Well, were you raised by a pack of wolves or something? Something silly. So that's how I dealt with it. Can I be honest? I thought they supposed to know. Like, what's wrong with them? Like, why don't they know? They're not mind readers, right? So we have to help our brothers, our men, by creating space to allow them to be vulnerable. In the same way, hey Priscilla, how are you, baby? I see you. In the same way, Tracy, I see you, baby. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I see you, baby. Thank you for the daily heart. Tracy, are we going live sometime next week? Are we going live next week? I don't know. I don't know what we came up with. We need to talk. But because I want to co-host something with you. Yeah, I want to do that. So, thank you, Priscilla. How are you, baby? Guilty. And then you tell them and still not meet the most important vulnerable honesty. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Yes, we need to talk, my love. I'm not sure if we discuss next week. I'm not 100% sure. I tell you what, though, I need to start putting stuff in my calendar because my calendar is getting really tight for a myriad of reasons, but that. Guilty. And then you tell him and still not met the most important vulnerable honesty. We need to talk, yes. Oh, thank you, Reese. Thank you, baby. Hanging in there like a coat in the closet. I love that. I love that. Okay, so Reese, thank you, baby, for the hand heart. So what I'm trying to understand is, were you married to them, Patty V? I'm just curious. Were you married to them? Because I forget, it's so many stories that come through here every day. And I'm not taking notes. I'm just trying to remember certain key things. We said we were going to discuss it, but we haven't gotten around. Okay. All right. 4 years and engaged. So you're with them right now. You're with that person right now. Thank you, Reese, for sharing out the live. Hey, Pooh Bear, how you doing? Okay, you're not. Okay, good. Because it was almost sound like you were still there. And I wanted to just clarify that in my own head. Right. Because you know why? Because you're doing amazing, my love. I'm glad. I am so happy you're doing amazing, because so am I. I feel good. Yeah, I feel amazing myself. So we have to understand that before we get to our next relationship, right, that we be very, very clear that both of us have issues when it comes down to shutting down, stonewalling, or exploding instead of listening. We both can do that. Listen, I'm a professional. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a professional exploder. I have to suppress her. I had to lock that side of myself up. She only needs to come out. The Incredible Hulk, that girl, she only need to come out if somebody mess with my children or something like that. But outside of that, no. I have a customer I have to go. Thank you for come back in. Come back in when you get a chance, J.E. Come back in, right? Because we don't want to let the Incredible Hulk out because she crazy, right? We don't want her to come out. What we want to do, however, is we want to learn how to communicate better and control ourselves. And so, Patty V, I'm very proud of you, Pumpkin, that you walked away and you did what you needed to do for yourself. I can that with the utmost attitude if I don't control my... You can what? Wait a minute, I missed. Okay, that autocorrect be messing stuff up. Okay, you'll be back. Good, J.E. I hope so, baby. I can that with the utmost attitude if I don't control myself. Yes, mine is Lucille. She is unattainable. God. She's out of control. Tell Lucille, stop her shenanigans. You got to keep her locked up because she's out of control. Lucille is out of control. We know. We know. A mouth? Oh, you said I can do that. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay, y'all. This heat is coming up. I'm telling you, tell Lucille, no boo. I gotta take this jacket off. Oh my God. I was a little cool before. And I got the nerve to have on like a turtleneck sweater, no less. Okay? But the reason why this is important is because I've done it too. Before I learned how to control my own emotions. And the question that I would have to ask is, Patty, I am grateful that you got out of there. Teresa is my alter ego. She's Hispanic. Oh my gosh. Mine is unattainable too. Have me on the first 48. Wait a minute. Y'all, I love y'all so much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like you gotta put Tanya Dick on my baby. I was looking for you. I was like, where my girl Tanya go? Because I ain't see you in the chat. Ooh, y'all, I might have to take off this turtleneck. Okay, wait a minute. I laugh out loud. Mine's is Janet and it ain't nice. Right. Because it ain't nice. It ain't nice. So we have to learn how to communicate better. But this is why poor communication happens, period. Because we don't always know how to, or we didn't know how to suppress that part. I like to call mine's Storm. That is the name of my alter ego for real. And I don't like her all the time. She said, Tauntaun. Mine's is Tauntaun. They don't want none. They don't want that smoke. They don't want Tauntaun. They don't want Tauntaun. Hi, Royal. I see you, baby. I see you. Give me a girl. I'm scared just thinking about it. Right? You know what? Yo, y'all are the dopest. Like, oh my God, I love y'all. I really, really do. Y'all are so amazing. Yeah, they don't want that smoke. They don't want Tauntaun. Reese, they don't want Tauntaun. They don't want Storm. Nobody don't want to see Storm coming because that chick, I don't even like her. I be feeling bad for the people after I'm done. It's like somebody woke it up, you know? So the point is, that's the reason why we have to work on how we communicate. And that's the real thing. They best learn not to bring out Tauntaun. That's what I'm saying, Patty. Thank you, Royal Mind. Thank you, Lord. They don't want it. They don't want it. They do not want it. Y'all are hilarious. Oh my God, I love y'all. So here's the thing. Like, I remember being in a conversation where I felt like I was screaming without raising my voice. I was saying what I need, but they couldn't or wouldn't hear me. And instead of pausing and listening, they got defensive. That's when I realized communication isn't about who's louder. It's about who's willing to understand. And we need to be consciously aware of that. Because what we end up inadvertently doing is we end up wasting a lot of our time. Soda, I see you, baby. Welcome in and thank you for the heart, me. They end up wasting your time, and you end up wasting your time over explaining, continuously talking over and over and over again about things that you've already discussed. And when you begin to understand that it's not about even what you're saying to them, are they willing to even hear you? And are you willing to just hear them? At Tanya, haha, they are taking notes. Yeah. Yes, love. Give us some. Oh, thank you, Lay. Thank you. I see you. Thank you. You need someone that wants to understand you, that wants to be gentle with you. And you want to be gentle with them because they respect you and you respect them. Miss E, thank you for the follow, sweetheart. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Right? Here's why unmet needs hurt you so much. Needs aren't needy. They're a part of being human. Emotional safety, respect, affection, and attention are all valid. Everybody wants that. I don't care who. You said Kim be dropping some facts on this app. Yes, I tried. Let the Lord lead. Let the Lord lead. That's it. Right? You're not being needy because you want emotional safety, because you want respect and affection and attention. You're not being needy, right? But why unmet needs hurt so deeply is because men often feel unseen when their efforts are unacknowledged. Can I let y'all in on a little secret? I think it's mostly women here. I don't know because I'm not looking at the thing. But can I let y'all in on a little secret? You want a man. Did y'all see last night? I don't know how many of y'all was in here last night because we was joshing around. It was just like, being silly and listening to music. But Steve came in the room. I don't even know if Steve is in the room right now, but Steve came in the room last night and said he wasn't here. And I said, well, Steve, come up to the panel. It was me, Reese. It was a few of us, right? And I was like, come up to the panel. He's like, no, I'm over the panel thing. I was like, no, Steve, we just gotta have a good time, And he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay down here. And I said to Steve, I said, I need you. And he hit the button and requested to be a guest. When you reward, he was a vibe. Yes, Steve is a good dude. Oh, Grinda, welcome in. All right, y'all love up on Grinda. Yes. Immediately, right, Reese? And I said, y'all have to stop, first of all, being afraid to use those words. I need you. We might want to hear, I love you, but men want to hear, I need you. Right? That's number one. Number two is when you appreciate what your man does for you and you let him know, like, I don't even know what I would do without you. Like, thank you. Legit. Sincerely. Right? And don't take him for granted. Guess what he does as a knee-jerk reaction to that? He starts trying to do everything that he thinks you're going to appreciate when that man is into you. I promise y'all, I'm not making it up. He would lasso the moon for you if he knew that you would appreciate it. And I don't know if there's any men in the room, but I'm just talking to my sisters for this 2.5 seconds. You want to make a man feel good? Let him overhear you telling somebody about how wonderful of a job he just did for something that you asked him to do. And genuinely, because they can feel your energy when it's legit. So there's no, you can't fake this. But I think that a lot of times women forget how important it is to let a man know just how much you really do appreciate all the things that he does for you. You know, like when he brings you roses home for the 99th time, for the 99th week in a row, and you're still excited like it's the first time that he bought roses for you because you know he knows you love roses. And so before the old ones even, you know, dry up, you got new ones sitting, fresh ones sitting on the table. You understand? Appreciation and praise. And I think that women get comfortable and think, well, that's what he's supposed to stand. Appreciation and praise. And I think that women get comfortable and think, well, that's what he's supposed to do. Any relationship with somebody and you got children or whatever, and you get a chance to go out and go get your nails and your feet done or something like that, it's not really that big of a deal. You do it anyway. But this time he says, babe, here, you know, take this $150 and go get a facial and go get your nails and your feet done or whatever, right? And you come back with legit, like, baby, like, thank you. Like, you know I go get this done. But the fact that you even acknowledged for me, right, that you wanted me to do something for myself means a lot to me. It's showing me how much you care. And I appreciate you. Or drop a card or a sticky note in his car or his truck in the morning before he gets up to go to work or whatever. Just letting him know how much you love him and you appreciate everything that he does. You understand what I'm saying? Like it is that important. It is that important. And I'm just giving this as a word to the wise. Make a note of it. Practice it. Practice it with your children. Let your sons know how much you appreciate them. Let your brothers practice in your family dynamic. If you don't have anybody in your life, watch what happens when you do that. I don't care if it's your nephew and they're coming to do it and you paying them. I don't care. Watch what happens when you do that. You want to change and get more of whatever you appreciate out of a person, let them know you appreciate them. And it's not big things. Like if your husband or your wife gives you money to go shopping at the mall and you come back with all the stuff you wanted and you didn't even think to buy them any little pair of socks or a shirt or a t-shirt or anything, it shows that we don't appreciate what they just did for us. I'm just telling you. So that's just a little word to the wise for my sisters, because I know that a lot of times we get a lot caught up and, oh my God, they did this for me. Oh my God, they did that for me. But they need to know how much we appreciate gratitude. There you go, sis. The simple things and the thought that's what counts and it matters. Yes, it does. And so many times our brothers feel like they are just like an ATM, or they don't have any value, or they're not doing enough, or that women are never satisfied. No matter what they do, you don't appreciate it. But if they have an issue with taking out the garbage, and you say, baby, thank you for taking out the garbage, you know what? And then next time, don't say anything. And like my baby took out the garbage, and it might not be that big of a deal, but I see you. And I see that you're trying or whatever, right? Whatever the situation is, because it's different. But not yelling, not screaming, not demanding. Just letting them know how important they are to your life and how they make your life easier, right? That's also selfish. Appreciation is simple and everyone wants to be appreciated. It's the way some of us were raised. The old folks would say, that's why he's there. Right, okay, yep. I knew a lady who appreciated perfume. Her husband bought her every time the bottle got low. He replaced, right. I Absolutely. So that's just a little word to the wise. And I know a lot of sisters know this, but I just thought I'd drop that in there because if you would have seen how Steve hit that button to come up last night when I said, I need you, and I needed to point that out. He hit that button, bonk, immediately. Because it's what we say, it's the way that we address them, right? So here's the other, men often feel unseen when their efforts go unacknowledged. That's what I was just talking about. Women often feel unseen when their emotional needs are minimized or brushed off. Learning, sisters, how to say, baby, I didn't like that. Not getting upset, not catching an attitude, but articulating how you feel. You know what? One of the things that is truly my claim to fame, I don't do it much on here, but my claim to fame is when I'm talking to people one-on-one, I always tell people stories. I promise I will give you an analogy for every situation, and I'll just be telling a story. Like I'll just start telling you, there was this lady one time that did the blah, 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 blah. I don't do it much on here. But when I do one-on-one coaching, I tell stories to help people see themselves. I don't flat out say, because some people might feel like, especially when it's one-on-one, even though people know where my heart is, I don't want them to feel attacked. I want them to discover themselves. And so I use stories to help people to begin to see themselves and why a thing is either good or works in their favor or why it's not and it might not work in their favor, right? So analogies are my thing. It's my thing, not necessarily on here, but they are my thing. And the reason why I say this is because there is, as my mother would say, God bless her soul, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Hey, lovely, I see you. Thank you for sharing. Appreciation doesn't have to be a gift. It can also be kind, simple gestures or kind words. That's right. I was going to ask Kim, is words of appreciation, words of appreciation are enough? I really think that they are. And I talked earlier about a touch on the shoulder. I touched earlier about true intimacy. Giving your partner a kiss on the cheek and saying, "Baby, thank you," right? With a full-hearted thank you, right? It doesn't have to be. We're not talking about smacks because that's a whole nother thing. We're talking about the things that go on throughout the entire day that make your partner feel worthy enough, respected, loved, and cared for, and appreciated, right? So it's all of that. It is all of that end, right? So the combination, because what we're talking about is building healthy relationships and connections, right? We're talking about healing, but we're taking notes for our future. Because if you're not meeting your partner's if your unmet needs are not being met, right? The unmet needs, right? There you go. Right? If and in fact that is what is going on, there is more than one way to skin a cat, and you can do it in love. It has to be genuine, all of it. It has to be genuine, right? So the reality is that when we feel like we're being brushed off or minimized, you can tell a story to help your partner to understand. I realize that everybody doesn't want to do that, but my point was there's more than one way to skin a cat. And you know your partner better than anybody if you've been in a relationship with them long enough, right? You begin to know how they move and the things that move them and the things that they care about. And if they're someone who is has a mind for justice and doesn't like injustice, there's a way to tell a story to help them to begin to see themselves, right? That's important. And so when you learn to articulate what you need and what you want, thank you, Coco, for sharing out the live, my love. Thank you, baby. When you can articulate your needs in a creative way, after someone has been brushing off what you've been saying and what you've been feeling, you can literally shift the situation. That's a specialty. That would take more time for me to dig into, but I'm telling you that you can find a way to let them know that which they did was unacceptable. And you can do it in love. Thank you, Coco, for the follow. Y'all, welcome Coco into the room. Welcome Coco into the room. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Yes. So why unmet needs hurt so deeply is because when needs are constantly unmet, resentment replaces intimacy. When needs are constantly unmet, resentment replaces intimacy. Look at y'all. Y'all amazing. D. Simpson is new and she said, welcome, welcome. She is in here. She's in here. Yes. Right? So we want to be mindful. We want to be consciously aware that works both ways. The pendulum springs both ways. For not just for you, but also for your partner. Right? Also for the person you love. Being in, hey, Vincia, hi. How are you, baby? I'm so happy to see you here. How are you? How you doing, my love? Oh my God, that's not my man. That's not my man. Look, you changed your name, but I love it anyway. I'm so glad you're here. Oh my God, I miss you. I miss you. That's not my man. Everybody know. That is not my man. Oh my God. So here's the thing. Yes. Okay. So unspoken needs turn into silent expectations. Silent expectations turn into disappointment. And disappointment, when ignored, turns into distance. Just so you know, and I'm going to repeat that again. Unspoken needs turn into silent expectations. Silent expectations turn into disappointment. And disappointment, when ignored, turns into distance. I had to pause because I really want you to sit with that for a second. Sit with it just for a second. Unspoken needs turn into silent expectations. Silent expectations turn into disappointment. And disappointment, when ignored, turns into distance. Sit with that just for a minute. Kim, you must have had a power nap today. You are on fire. No, actually, I was in Manhattan with Dr. Lisa and them, and I had the dopest day. But as soon as this is over, I promise, I'm going to be in there like, okay? Probably like, do like this, or I wake up in the morning. Because I'm going to be a mess. I'm going to be a whole mess hanging out in Harlem. It was nice. We had a wonderful time. Oh my God. Hi, Patty Cakes. I see you, baby. Exactly, exactly. I'm gonna be all tucking out in a few minutes. I'm gonna be running out of gas. Right. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's talk about now the cost of poor communication. Thank you, Patty Cakes. Thank you for the daily heart, me, my love. I see you. I see you. Y'all are so amazing. Y'all are so amazing. I love y'all so much. Okay, so the cost of poor communication and unmet needs. This is the cost. Thank you, Coach Rhonda. I see you, baby. Thank you for the daily heart me. Thank you. What do you do if distance happens? You mean because you distanced yourself? Thank you, Peace, for the daily heart me. Thank you, baby. You mean if you distanced yourself? Thank you for the populace, baby. Hey, C. Jones. I see you. Okay, wait a minute. Let me know them. The only thing that you can do is to try your best. Thank you, Reese, for the hand heart, baby. I appreciate you. The only thing you can do is to try your best to have a conversation with your partner. Because let me tell you something. I have a few friends, right, who go through these seasons. Like you know how, I'm gonna give y'all a quick example of this. Like when I get ready to go into prayer, right, I shut down. The last time I did it, I was actually already on TikTok, and I thought I could still do TikTok, and then I prayed about it, and God said, no, shut down TikTok too. Like I was like, I don't want to say I was fasting and praying because I don't talk about whether or not I'm fasting and praying. I just say I'm praying, and I needed a minute. And I know when my friends call me when I'm in that space, Kendall Kinney, okay, at Kendall Kinney, oh, okay, you in North Carolina. No, I'm in New York, baby. I can't see. Yeah, so, okay, so I know when I'm about to shut down, I'll tell my close friends who talk to me on a regular daily basis or whatever, I will let them know because I don't want them to feel a particular way about me distancing or not returning phone calls. So I might hit them with a text and say, I'm in prayer for the next 10 days, right? And that way they'll have understanding. But I also have friends who don't do that. And if I've been friends with them long enough, I've gotten to the point where I kind of understand how they move so I don't get offended when they go on their little sabbaticals. You understand what I'm saying? So, but when your partner begins, you can feel the shift when your partner begins to move away from you. This is somebody that you've been spending a lot of time with, even if you don't live together. So if something shifts in the regular scheduled programming, you usually know. If it's your husband or your wife, you'll know it in microaggressions. Before, when back in biblical days, when people would get married, the families supported the married couple for a whole year. The husband was not supposed to work so that he can stay home and learn his wife, and so that the wife can learn him. We don't spend enough time doing that, right? We try to get to know people in the dating and betrothing stage, if you will, or the courtship stage. But we don't take enough time, and then sometimes we wait so long to get married that, but we need to get to know each other. You understand? And back in biblical days, the man had to take off a whole year to learn his wife, right? And it was after the marriage, not before. Before, he's working, doing all the things. But the family supported the married couple so that they can learn each other, so that they can have time to do whatever it is, learn each other, blah, blah, blah. Y'all got my point, right? The reason why this is important is because if you don't know that sometimes they need a break, or sometimes they need to go into their man cave, or into the what do they call the she shed for the women? Y'all know. I need, this is how I process. I'm not in your face. I need to go think about what was just said. I might need a couple of days. If you notice after that a whole lot of distance or them not coming back, go get them. Go get them and love on them. Go get them and tell them that you care about them and you want to work through whatever it is, and let's sit down and have a conversation about it. Because what ends up happening is, if you don't know your person or your partner in the initial stages, you might not even think anything about it. But let's say you go in and you're in about, 4 months, right? And y'all in a pretty serious, committed relationship, but you don't live with each other, and you notice they haven't called you like they normally called you. Immediately, baby, what's up? Not like, why haven't you called me? Baby, what's going on with you? In a soft way. Right? Because I'm trying to really understand, is this normal? Like, nah, babe, sometimes I just have these moments where I just need to, whatever, right? Other times, it's a behavioral issue. And at other times, they may be uncomfortable. And they don't know how to express it. But this is the whole reason for you having the period to get to know your partner. And a lot of times, you already know that they're carrying a lot of weight on them if you've been around them for any length of time. My son, my baby boy, has been battling some things. He don't even have to tell me. I know. So when I talk to him on the phone, I can tell it in his voice, but if I didn't talk to him on the phone, I could still feel it. And he not saying that, and then I've been praying for him extra hard without him saying anything. And then he called me the other day, hey, Mom, what you doing? I was like, hey, boo, what's up? Immediately noticed the uptick in his voice. And I said, what you been up to, baby? And now we just having a conversation. I'm like, yeah, so now I'm really leaning in because I'm hearing something, there's a shift. And what he's really looking for is he's looking for his purpose, but he doesn't know that yet. He doesn't know that yet. And I know it because I'm his mother. But imagine what it's like, and I want y'all to wrap your heads around this, when you've been in a relationship with someone for 3-4 months. It don't even have to be 2-3 years. You begin to pick up. Hey, Ron, how are you? I see you, baby. How you doing? You doing good? I'm so happy. Look at you, just put a whole big smile on my face, sir. So, you good? We need to talk. We need to catch up because we keep saying we're going to talk. But I know you're busy and you see what I'm doing. I'm busy too, but we got to catch up. But the reason, Infinite Niche, thank you so much for the follow, my love. Thank you. But the reason why I think that this is so very important, considered what today? What's today? Is it your birthday? What's today, Ron? Okay, I'm waiting. I'm like, I sit here with baby brother. Y'all know I'm a hot mess. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, my love, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay. All right. I'm going to try to give you a call later when I get off here. I hope you're still up. But when you consider, condolences, thank y'all. Y'all are so dope. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are an amazing group of people. I'm telling you. Y'all are amazing. Oh, I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. The compassion that you have. My God. Look at y'all. Mm, mm. Y'all, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody, but I think this is the dopest room on TikTok. I legitimately, like, y'all are amazing. The way that y'all love on one another. Thank you. When there's a problem, thank you, Patty. Y'all are amazing. And I couldn't have asked God for a better group of people to be in my life. And I really mean that. And Ron, you see the love that this room is pouring. This is because these people are amazing. And I thank God for each and every one of them. Y'all dope. I'm never mad, like, and it's real because let anybody come in here who's going through something, and I see how y'all respond to people in love. Like, this is so dope. Like, I see how you love each other. And it's like, wow. Because you know how you always hearing about the negative stuff? Like, y'all encourage my heart. Kim, you are so amazing. I thank God for you have strength and learn to stand firm. God is amazing because he's the one who put us together. Like, it does, like, who would have thought? Y'all dope. And Vincia, I miss you so much, baby. You know I gotta mess with you every time you come in this room. I had nobody mess with like I mess with you. It's been 3 years. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I love you back. You already know. You already know. I just been really busy and I haven't been able to reach out. But I'm surprised because I by now I thought I would have texted you, but I've been I shouldn't say overwhelmed, not overwhelmed. I've been inundated with things. So I'm working my way to try to get my life in order. So I've been really busy myself. I could not imagine God's grace. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I can't imagine either. And you know, like just Ron saying that, I was praying so hard for my own son because I could hear it in his voice that he wasn't okay. But he's a young man and he's in his 30s and he's gonna have seasons where he needs to figure it out for himself. And as much as I want to just, baby, what's wrong? It's very difficult. Edith says, I love the relationship advice you give. It's not toxic at all. And it truly puts me in a perspective. Yes. It's like, you do your best to hold on, like to help your kids. Thank you, Edith. And to help them in the, and it's hard because you want to grab a hold of them and say, listen, I got you. But you realize also that there are some things that they're going to have to work through. And only thing you can do is pray for them. Right? Peaks and valleys. That's right. And I can't imagine. what Ron is going through. But I know that y'all are super dope, and that's what matters. Like, if Ron comes up in here and hangs out with us, he's going to be fine because we're going to love up on him the way that he deserves to be loved up on in this season of his life. Y'all are amazing. We a village for one another. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm dealing with that now with my daughter's limits. Yes. Because it's difficult. Like, because they be grown and you want to, like, put your hand and you be like, okay, sit down. And then you want to, and then it's like, okay, wait. You know, and you, Ron, I'm calling you tonight. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to call you in a little bit when I get off of here. I think I'm going to be off by 11, and I hope you're not asleep. I'm going to wake you up. I don't even care. Look, you know how you give me that face and you're going like this? Don't give me that face. I'm waking you up. Yes, I'm such a giver, and I have to cut the cord. Yes. You know that face you be giving me? I'm giving it back. Lord have mercy. But, okay, let me try to give back. I think we could shift the conversation. Like, as parents, just period, right? We don't always know what to do for our kids. Like, none of them came with a manual. And they not, you know, when they was babies, we knew exactly what to do. And then they get these little personalities and they little chips off the old block. And then you can't even get an attitude with them because then you realize sometimes they acting just like you. And you're like, wait a minute, who is this? You know, and it's a lot of that. You know, y'all, my family, it's truly a blessing in here. It really is, isn't it? Isn't it though? Poopy, I'm telling you, we having a reunion. We're having a what do you call that? A retreat. We having, what do you call that thing, y'all? My brain ain't here right now. I'm having a moment. We get a meetup. We having a meetup. We getting together and we doing a meetup. It's going down. I think it's going to be in Florida, even though Dr. Yolanda says New York. It's going to be Florida. It's going to be somewhere where it's really nice and we could get to a beach. Right? Hi, Ma. Am I still? Yes, I'm still going. I didn't even see you come in the room. How you doing? That's my baby right there, my Barbara Carter. That is my baby. That's my other mother, right? She adopted me, and I'm part of her children. I didn't even see you come in the room. We as moms have to let them grow and experience life, and we are here when and if they need advice. That's it. Because with your kids, like, I know when my son's hearts are heavy. I know both of them, right? My daughter, she's different. She is very independent. She got her life together. She's doing amazing. Whew. Right? It's a little bit different, right? But I feel the sadness from my kids when things are not good. You said adult consultants. You know, sometimes we just have to let them live, like, and do their best to try to figure this thing out in the same ways in which we did. And sometimes the only thing we can do is pray for our kids. You know, sometimes there's a sadness that is so deep in them, but they are going to have their breakthroughs, and they have it, you know, with us just continuing to stay on the wall for them, right? Because sometimes that's all we can do, especially when they get grown. And we have no control over what they do, right? But our heart breaks for them when we hear it in their voice. If my mother would call me and I was sad, she was on her way over to the house. All she had to do was hear me sound like how I hear my son sound sometimes. And she would be driving to the house, and I'd be like, Mommy, you can't do that. I have to work through this stuff myself. But she would put an S on her chest, honey. That woman was coming through snowstorms and everything else to bring food or whatever else I needed. Listen to me. She was about her kids' business. You hear? Oh, my land, to laugh out loud. Yes, my mom hears it too. Yes, and they on their way. They're on their way. Like, what do you need? Right? What do you need? Like, what can I do? You know, I got funny stories about my mother, but I didn't really want to go in deep with that. But I will say this, that all we could do is the best that we can. That's it. As parents, not just our mothers, but also our fathers. Because, yeah, it's heavy, some of the stuff and the weight that we carry, and the weight that our children carry, because they've got to grow like we had to grow, right? So I want to talk about, I never got into the part 3, the cost of poor communication and unmet needs. What happens is the cost of poor communication is that the trust erodes from the relationship. So if you're not communicating what you need, right? Kimiko, you're my twin, but yes, cut the cord and let them grow, yes. If they can't trust you to hold space for them, if they can't trust you with being vulnerable, if they can't trust you because they feel like you're not integrous, then you won't have trust in the relationship. Like, the trust is going to go down. Like, there's no way that it's going to stay there. And with the lack of trust, eventually comes a lack of respect. Emotional distance begins to grow. This is the cost of poor communication and unmet needs. Conflict feels constant and unresolved. Hey, sis, I see you. You see Ma on here? Ma's on here, sis. She was just like, she said, you still on here? You still going? Sis, Ma is in the building. Ma, say hi. Say hi, Ma. I love that lady. Oh my God, that's my baby. Oh, she's with you. Oh, I didn't know she was spending the weekend with you. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. The cost of poor communication and hey, Stacy, how are you, baby? Thank you, sis, for the daily heart me. Thank you, sis. Thank you, both you and Stacy. Yes. One person feels like they're too much. The other person feels like they're never enough. Can you imagine, if you will, feeling like your partner is never satisfied with anything that you do? Okay, thank you, baby. Thank you for the hand heart. Can you imagine that? Like, everything you do is not enough. They're dissatisfied. Their hearts are, like, nothing you do is enough for them, right? Or if they say anything, they always doing too much. Hey, Lavette, I see you, baby. How are you? I see you. Thank you for the daily heart me, right? Can you imagine what that feels like? Thank you, Myra. Thank you, baby. Patsy, yes, been there. Hey, baby, I see you. I see you, Lavette. I see you, sweetie. Thank you for coming into the room. Yes. Can you imagine now that every time you say something, you get pushed back? Oh, you doing too much. Oh, you just always doing too much. or you can't do nothing right. You always messing up. Thank you for the Go Populars, baby. Yes, y'all welcome Lovette into the room. Welcome her into the room. Yes. Right? Here's a quote. The truth is most relationships don't end from a lack of love. They end from the lack of communication skills. I promise. Unmet needs, unmet expectations. For real. It doesn't end. And I'm not trying to be funny. It doesn't end from a lack of love. It's just that there's a battle going on in that relationship where there is no respect, truth, honor being served. It's a lot of hiding up and covering up feelings and not saying what it is that you really need. And I say this a lot and have been saying this a lot in the last couple of weeks. Your silence in a relationship is violence in a relationship. And it doesn't matter whether it is the man or the woman. It doesn't matter. Your silence is violence. So if you want your relationship to work, learning how to communicate is the beginning of healthy relationships, healthy connections. Because love is not the reason why most relationships don't work. It's the lack of communication and the lack of being heard. Hey, Seed, I see you. You said, yeah, oh, I don't know. Cool guy, what do you mean? I don't understand. Do you have a YouTube? I do. And I upload these videos later on. So I'll just upload it like 3 or 4, but I gotta categorize them, label them. I just been trying to get them off because they only last on this platform for a month. So I've been trying to download them, and it takes a long time because they're usually long videos. I've been trying to download them onto my phone and then upload them onto YouTube. But yeah, I do. And I don't have many shorts, and it's a lot. I'm working on so many things. I really, really am. I really am working on a lot of things because my business is growing exponentially. It really is. And it's time for me almost to start putting a team in place so that I can get things done. Mira, I see you. Oh, you said, okay, I can't wait. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm working on some stuff because, it's just that time. It's that time. Sister girl got to get it together. Part 4, how to shift practical steps for men and women, right? Okay, let's see. Did you say that it's the lack of communication that causes most divorces? No, I didn't. There is a lot of lack of communication, understanding, trust, and support. No, I didn't say anything about divorce. I don't even talk about divorce because that ain't my thing. What I want people to do is I want people to win. We are literally talking about poor communication and unmet needs. That's what we're talking about in here. As well as financial matters. Yeah. So here's the answer. Learn to listen without defending yourself. That is probably the hardest thing for most people to do. Learn to listen without defending yourself. Stop explaining. Just listen. You don't always have to have a comeback or clap back for somebody. You don't always have to say anything. But learn how to listen. Instead of planning your response, just listen. Just listen. I think while we struggle in a lot of ways with so much of that, with the listening and always having this need to respond, is because we feel like if I don't say nothing now, oh my God, they just gonna run amok. No, they not. Learn to listen because that's important. Silence is golden. Active listening is important. That's right. Thank you, Lovette, for the Go Populars. Thank you, baby. right? Say what you hear. Say what, say, say what I hear you saying is. Say that. Repeat back to them what they just said. Verbatim if you can, without changing it up into something else. You know how many people do that? So you just said that I was a dum-dum. I did not say that. Right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, baby. Yes, silence is a superpower. Yes, it is. In the right set of circumstances. Absolutely. Especially when you're listening to understand somebody, silence is necessary to hear what they're saying. That way you're taking the blame of the other person. Oh, yeah, but do y'all know how many people, let me get back. Do y'all know how many people sit there and say they're repeating back? So you just told me that I was off the hook. No, I didn't say that. What I just said was, and then you reiterate, and they say, no, because that means blah, 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 blah. No, that doesn't mean that. That's the way that you're taking it. Because you're really not trying to hear me. You want to fight. Thank you, Lavette, for the live. Thank you, Gifts. Thank you, baby. Because you really want to fight. And I'm really just trying to talk to you. That's not what I said. And here's the thing. I think in the back of your mind, for every conversation that is being said, for every conversation that's being had, I think in the back of our mind, we have to have the mindset that I want to see us win. This is not a me. This is not a you. This is a us. That's why I asked the question for clarity. Yes. Well, thank you. I'm glad you asked for clarity. If they say we taking it slow and going with the flow, okay, I answer this question all the time. They not really into you. They're not. They don't want you. I'm sorry. Because a person who wants you to be in their lives is trying to take you off the market, not leave you guessing, not leaving you wondering who you are to them. They are clear, they are concise. And I hear women ask this question all the time. That is not your person, baby. If that taking it slow, all of that, that's not your person. It don't take a man all of that time to make a decision about you. It don't. It really don't. And that's why I find that a lot of women, if I could be honest, and men, they could do whatever they want. And I'm not saying it doesn't affect them, because it does. Because it shifts their judgment too when they are, in all of these extracurricular activity relationships with women. It shifts them too. But your person is not going to, they're not going to chance losing you. They're not going to chance it. And it is advantageous for you to move right on along, no matter how much you like them. But the minute somebody says that to you and you stay, what you're doing silently is you're signing a waiver that says, thank you for wanting to be a part of this roller coaster ride. If you break your neck, if you fall out of the ride, if you do whatever, you're on your own, because I already told you the danger that was involved. And that is you staying, is signing on the dotted line to that. You're co-signing that because they already told you. Men know soon whether she's his person based on your character and integrity. Yep, and Dickerson says that's true. All about boundaries. Yes, hey, B-Fit, I see you, baby, coming up in here. I see you, my love. I see you. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta ask. I mean, once they kind of, so what's going on here? So what are we doing? So what's up? First of all, people don't even recognize this. If you gotta ask, you're not it. And I'm saying that to the women. You don't have to ask the right man. And let me add this as an addendum. Let me add this. Everybody ain't your husband. And everybody is not his wife. He may settle for a woman because he's given up hope of finding the woman he wants. She'll do. You'll do. But your husband is going to make you feel safe. He's going to bring clarity into your life. You don't have to guess who you are, what his intentions are, because he's going to do. Thank you, Dickinson. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Because he's going to make sure that you understand and you know. Real talk. Now, a man can settle for you because men get to a certain age and they figure it's not going to get any better than this, and I might as well marry her because she's been around for a while and she'll fit in a pinch. I can work with her. But loving you, flat out loving you and choosing you because he sees how amazing and incredible and peaceful and how much better his life is going to be with you. A lot of men these days are just going for the settling, and they are not looking anymore because some of them don't even believe that she exists. Because they see all women the same, but not because we are not dope and we're not out here, because we're here. We're inside. And they're inside. And nobody's outside. Right? And so the ones that are outside, that they can get a window into their lives or meet them through a mutual person or something, that's their pool. And if you happen to be in that pool and he don't see you like from the first and be like, oh, I like how she moved, like, wait a minute, I got to get to know this woman, and then come running across the room like, we need to talk, like, I need your phone number, like, we need to get to, and I'm not making this up. I'm really not. And it's no shade to the brother, because brothers know that they need women, but sometimes men will just settle for you because you've been around, because he knows you're smart. He knows that you could do whatever, right? You know how to cook, you know how to clean, you keep your house nice, you dress nice, whatever it is, that's they're fancy, right? But and I'm a hopeless romantic. I don't want nobody to settle for me. If you settling for me, then go ahead on. I can stay by myself. When you look at me, you're not like, that's me right there, and you ready to do and lean into all of that, then go ahead on, baby. Yeah, they do have agendas. Read what I wrote. Hey, Steeler, I didn't see what you wrote. 50 years ago as a man. It was man met a woman and married her. Yeah, okay. Still said, hello, my life is beautiful. I love my wife. All is good. I just do what I'm told and it works. Wait a minute. Steeler said, wait a minute. Hold on. Steeler said he is listening now. Steelers is in here like almost every day if he could be here. Like, he is really not playing. He's in this room, and his wife is probably somewhere near him. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's always in the room, unless he at work or something, just be kicking it and hanging out with us. Yes, please don't settle for me. No, because I want you to adore me. I want you to adore the crust on my toe. I'm so serious. Like, who got time to be playing out here? Because you know what? Because me being who I am, right? Me being who I am, and most women No one should settle for anyone. Right. But listen, us being the type of women that we are, if you love us right, we're going to pour into you and change and 10x your life. As long as you try to love us and don't try to manipulate us and don't try to control us, and you just really loving us, supporting us, and encouraging us, and doing the things that a man and a woman do, and we all in this thing together, listen to me. We finna 10x your life. We are, listen, I keep telling people, listen, men live longer when they got wives. I'm not trying to convince nobody to get married, because the opposite side of that is women don't. 10x. 10x your life. People don't even understand how a man goes from making $50,000 when he met her to $150,000 when he get with her. The commitment level. Hey, Trina Pink, I see you, baby. Now you making $200,000, like not even 4 years later on, now you getting promotions at work. You know why? Because what the energy that a woman brings to her man lifts him up. That's why y'all got to make sure y'all pick right. Live and women out. Right. Men live longer when married, and when women are not married, women live longer. Why y'all think women tapping out and be like, listen, I'm Gucci. Like, I don't know if I need this or not. Like, it may not be right, but I'm serious about that, and I'm not trying to make that up. That's a statistical fact. It is what it is. No shade to anybody. Hey, Raymond, how are you? Thank you for the daily heart me. In most marriages, it is the men who pass away first. Well, that's because if a man listens to his wife, goes to the doctor, and let me just say this, every woman is not a good wife. Every wife is not a good wife. Can I be honest? Yeah. Thank you, Trina Pink. I see you, baby. Good evening, Raymond. I see you. Every woman who's married is not a good wife. And every man doesn't listen to his wife when he has a good one. But your wife would make sure that your doctor's appointments are made. And she would say, baby, you looking a little sluggish. What's going on here? And all of this is based on how he treats her and whether or not she's really leaning in and paying attention. A lot of people may be like, oh, she ain't even, she not looking out for me, but how you treating her? How you treating her? And this is no shade against men, because every man is not a good stand-up man or a husband. Some men don't know how to treat women. They never seen their mothers loved, and they don't know how to love a woman. Then you got all kinds of things like mental illness, other concerns, mental, physical concerns that go on in the lives of both men and women that predate even you. So you don't even know some of the stuff that your great-grandfather went through, and it was passed down from generation to generation. So we have to also consider that. But when something goes wrong with modern medicine, we can probably heal from it and get along, but you may not even pick it up if your wife is not paying attention to how you're moving, and if you're not paying attention to how you're moving. Most men haven't a clue how to love their wives sacrificially. Well, that's what love is. Love is sacrifice. And you're right. So when you say love their wives sacrificially, love equals sacrifice, period. Both ends of the spectrum. Double-edged sword. Let's get it. What we doing here, right? But when you start talking about love and sacrifice and them being equal and the same exact thing, understanding that, right, on another level, what it means, yes, sacrifice and compromise. Well, can I tell you, there's this book that I was reading a while ago. Lord, it's called The Shack, right? And they made a movie out of it, but the book is much better. Of course, y'all know how that go, right? There is a scene in the book and I forget where it is. I need to find my book because I need to talk about this on a different level. And maybe this is specifically for you, Seed. But there's a seed in the book, a scene in the book when they were all in the kitchen. And it was God the Father, God the Holy Ghost, and then there was Jesus in the kitchen, right? Sarayu, it was the Holy Spirit, whatever, right? It was an excellent movie. The book is amazing. Read the book. It'll blow your proverbial mind. But in this, they wrote, the guy, Mackenzie, was asking God who was the leader out of the three of them. And God laughed. And he said, that's a hierarchy that y'all imposed on us. We all work in unison and we work together. And this is only in the book. This is not in the movie. There is something about this. And when it blew my mind, like I shared that section of the book with like everybody I could find and told them, you got to listen to this, listen what it says. And I know that book was written under the unction of the Holy Ghost because there was no way that this author wrote that book without it being what it is, right? But check this out. The reason why it blew my mind, he said people, chains of gold are still chains. Y'all put a hierarchy on us to settle things in your mind. We already work in unison with each other and only want the best for one another. And as I think one another. And as I think about that in terms of love and sacrifice, right? Love being sacrifice. When you work in unison and in conjunction, step by step with each other, in your marriage, in your relationship, when you understand that you're building something, there never has to be a hierarchy. There is just respect. There is just love. There is, quote unquote, sacrifice, right? Because you know that the things that you are doing are for the greater good of the family dynamic, of the marriage, of your partnership, of the things that you want to build in your life. You understand that foundationally. You don't, why does there even need to be a hierarchy at all, period? That is something that is imposed on God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, which is all God. You understand? Okay, maybe that might bake a few noodles. I'm not trying to be funny. No, I know what the scripture says. I'm telling you what it says in the book because it was something I was reading. And it makes sense to me that we always got to try to put things in a hierarchy, like the husband's over the wife. No. The wife has been over the husband, and that's out of order. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always got this whole thing going on in our own minds, I guess in a real sense of making yourself feel important. But when Jesus said, husbands, love your wives, or Paul wrote it, right? Okay. All right. So let's just be clear. Paul wrote it. All right. When we're talking about loving your wives and understanding what love really is, it is about sacrifice. That's what it looks like. That's how it renders, right? But husbands, but wives, right? We gotta fall in line, right? That's how it goes, right? It's always a question of who is in charge. Yes, love your wives as Christ loved the church. No. Sacrificial love, leading courageously. Oh, okay. I got you. It's always a question of whom is in charge, right? Like, your wife might be better at some things than you are. That's all I'm saying. But for the sake of argument, the idea is that we would, the Bible does not say the husband is over the wife. Right. She's not property. There is equality in a real relationship. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was headed down that road and I said, you know what, Kim, don't do it. Don't head down that road. Yet the husband is still the head. You see, now we get into like a whole, that's why I didn't want to go down that road. I'm just saying, never said over or lording over his wife. Right. Agreed. No, I agree with that. And we're going to leave it there because I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is check out the shack. I would have to find it. I'm gonna find my book because I actually have the book. And I'm going to just pull out that so it could be a deeper understanding of what it is, right? But I can see that is the conversation because it's the Godhead, right? It's God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, but all God, right? So I can see, so the different distinct personalities of God, right? In one, right? In three persons, right? Three personalities, three distinct renderings, right? So when I think about that, and I'm like, we impose the hierarchy because, so I have to read it. I don't want to just keep talking about it because no, there is no Trinity in the Bible. The word Trinity is not in the Bible. It's Godhead is in the Bible. That's it. Trinity doesn't, Okay. All right, see. All right, I see you, boo. I see you. We not gonna do that tonight. Because we don't switch the whole conversation. Can we talk about the practical steps? To listen to one another, to communicate? That's what we doing and deal with our unmet needs. Can we get back to that? Yes. Let us go back. That is what I've heard people. I know people always say it, but that's not biblical. They say Trinity because it's three, but that's not biblical. It's the Godhead. They triune God, but not Trinity. Okay, so step two to practical steps, right? To working through your poor communication or unmet needs is express your needs clearly and kindly with love. Men, it's not weakness to say, I need support or I need affirmation. And women, it is not nagging to say, I need quality time or I need consistency. Right? Yes, I've never read that anywhere. Let's talk about, right. Okay. So we need to address this idea that if men say they need you to support them, that it is weakness, because it is not. And or if they want to be affirmed, and I was talking to y'all about this sidebar earlier about affirming your man genuinely, speaking life into him, acknowledging the things that he does for you, and being appreciative sincerely because of how he serves in the household. Hey, Malika, I see you, boo. Thank you for the daily heart, me. I love you, girl. We missed you. We've been up in here cutting up, Malika. We've been in here cutting up all the way. Yes. Thank you for the populars, my love. Thank you. So we need to create space to affirm, but also allow our men to say, I need you to support me in this. And then women need to get to the point where they understand that saying that they need quality time or I need consistency or I need whatever is not nagging. And it shouldn't be received as such. Right? Yeah, Malika, you missed it, baby. You was hanging out late last night, wasn't you? So was I. Oh my God. The third step is to check for understanding, right? Don't assume anything. Ask the question. Did I explain myself clearly? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I want to make sure that there's no difficulty moving forward. Repeat back. So you're saying you need more consistency from me? Repeat that back to them. Whatever they said to you, repeat it back to make sure you understand. And again, even as I said earlier, don't make, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Don't make an assumption, right? That, no, don't repeat back your version of what they said. Repeat back what they actually said. Don't paraphrase. Yes, it's called mirroring, which is also a sales tactic. Yes. Okay. So validate them even if you disagree. You want to learn how to become a better communicator? This is it right here. Validate them even if you don't agree. Validation doesn't equal agreement. You can say, I can see why you feel that way. You can use language like that. I can see why that's bothering you. This is true of every single relationship, whether it is romantic or not. Make small deposits in your relationships every single day. And maybe not with your friends, but you want to check up on them at least once a week, right? So if you're making small deposits, right? Relationships thrive on random acts of kindness, thoughtfulness, a text, a hug, a thank you, a check-in. Something as simple as that. When I don't talk to my family for a little while, my cousins, I send them a text message. I be like, I'm thinking about you, cuz, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Right? This is what you do if you want your relationship to work. Never break communication. Don't let a day go by without letting the person that you love and want to be in a full-blown relationship with, do not let a day go by where you're not talking to them. Don't do it. Right? You leave room for there to be an infiltration of the camp. Don't let anybody give your person more than you're giving them. You can always reach out. There's too many ways to reach out. Email, text message, phone call, like you name it, a hug, a note, a sticky note, a post-it note, whatever it is. Don't let a day go by where you don't communicate with the person that you love. Period. And hug each other each day. I love that. I love that, Seed. Absolutely. Can I tell you, people sometimes think it's the large things, it's the trips, it's the fur coats, it's all of this stuff. That's not it. What makes relationships work is the little things, the consideration, the thoughtfulness. A pair of socks. A hug is healing. Yes, it is. A pair of socks. You'd be surprised how much a pair of socks, how far a pair of socks go. Or a t-shirt. Right? Nothing major. A certain type of candy that you know that your partner, absolutely your husband, your wife loves. Right? Babe, I saw these and I thought that this is so good for you because I know you like this, right? Like, and when you see them, you got a bag of whatever. I happen to like these turtles. The turtles are like chocolate covered candy with caramel, like milk chocolate, and they got nuts. And I love turtles. Do you know my sister and all my girlfriends? They be like, "Girl, guess what I found for you?" And they just come out of their pocket, and they be yeah. And I'll be like, "You bought me turtles?" And I'll be like, "Oh my God." Like, I'll be so happy. I tell you. Love when she buys my raspberry sherbet ice cream. Right. Because it's the thought. It's not the peppermint Mentos. Okay, now. Okay. Y'all, thank you, Malika, for the hair heart, my honey. Listen, it be that little stuff. It don't be the stuff that be $3,000. It don't be the stuff that come out of these big time stores, you know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You don't know. It be the piece of the candy. Some Godiva chocolates. That's what it is. Like, and you don't gotta buy a whole 20-pound thing. You can buy 5 and it would be appreciated. Right? A bag of potato chips. Say so, Tanya. That's what I'm talking about. Right? It's the thoughtfulness. She likes that too. Oh, okay. So both of y'all. Right. But just think about that. It could be a pair of socks. My son wears the cartoon socks, I guess, or they got all the different animations on them. You know, from the different cartoons and stuff from the era when he grew up. And he loves them. And sometimes if I go in the store and I'm looking for something, I'll be like, let me get these for him because he gonna love these. And I buy him socks because he loves the different type of socks. I don't know, but they got pictures and stuff all over them. Yeah. He loves that. So thoughtfulness, you know, it's my son. But if I see it and I'm out shopping, because he grown, I don't got to buy him anything. But I'll be like, oh, guess what? I found these. What's going? He's like, are you serious, Mom? And sometime I'll call him on video and I'll be like, you see which ones you like? I'm going to get them for you. You got these already? And just because I know he likes it. So that goes a long way in your relationship, making small deposits. Love, kindness, attention, text messages, thank you notes, appreciation. Like, you know, all the things that make your relationship good or great. It's the thought. That's right, Tanya. It's the thought. Right? Listen, I think that even if you're not in a relationship right now, even if you're healing right now, even if you go back in the Rolodex of your mind and think about your last relationship, the relationship that you were in, not thinking about what they did to you, but thinking about the ways in which you want to show up moving forward in your next relationship. I'm a widow now, 6.5 years. I would love to have another love relationship. I love that for you, and I'm glad that you desire that, because there are a lot of people, Yvette, that are stuck. They stuck. And they don't know how to get out of their own way. They don't even desire it because it hurts them sometimes to even think about it because they're still reliving their past. And so I appreciate the fact that you even said that, because I don't ever want anything to keep me stuck. But in your case, if you were stuck, I would understand. Right? Because you through whatever you not lost, your loved one went home to be with the Lord. So they're not lost. You know exactly where they are, where he is. So with that being said, right, there are a lot of people that have just given up. And that's why I'm here to like really help them, because moving forward, you want to do better because you know better. And once you know, you can't unknow. If you understand that real talk. You have to make small deposits, like real talk, like you have to open up your mouth and communicate your needs. Nobody is a mind reader. If you understand real talk, that you have to show appreciation to your partner for whatever it is, even taking out the garbage. You're like, oh, but that's what they're supposed to do. You know, I hear that all the time. Okay, heard you. You know what I mean? But that doesn't win. Arguing, fighting, battling, you know, being angry, that don't win. That you think you won the battle, but you're gonna lose the war. Like trying to control and manipulate everything and everybody that is around you, right, doesn't work in relationships. It's you being genuine, it's you being authentic, it's you showing up even if you are not completely healed. Let's say that part, I'm just using that loosely too. Even if you're not, right, but you're working on yourself. Begin to lean in and create space for you to show up authentically, but then also for your partner to show up authentically. Create space for that. Be genuine. Be loving. Be kind. I desire my wife to remarry when I pass. I wouldn't think if she went before me, God forbid. Right, I got you. Yes, he loved God and lived a life for God. Yes. And that's everything right there. Yes, yeah, create a space, right. Because if you want something great, then you have to call that greatness into your life. You have to become, you have to work on yourself. And be gracious towards yourself all at the same time. Hey, Miss V, I see you, baby. How are you? And be gracious with them. Graceful. Gracious. Yes, speak over yourself. Hey, Miss V, thank you for the daily heart, me. Thank you, baby. Yes. Yeah. So, be kind to them. Be kind to yourself. Give them grace and mercy. Same grace, same mercy that you want. When you make mistakes, when you fall, create a space for you to be able to have relationships that are dynamic. Not an ordinary, regular, everyday relationship. Because those don't do too well. You want to have a relationship where you're both creating space and working towards becoming better for one another. So I just wanted to tell y'all before I jump off of here about my Unlocking Your Love community. I help men and women dig deeper into their healing. I can't help you heal. We can't go over or around any mountains. You still have to do that body of work. But what I can do is I can help you expedite it so that you begin to unearth some of the things that are keeping you in bondage and keeping you from being happy. Once again, my name is Kim Love Jones. I'm a certified relationship coach. I have been coaching men and women for about 15 years. I am anointed to do the body of work that I do. And all I want to do is see you win by being honest, authentic, and intentional about the way that you live your life. Listen, I love y'all like I love me some fried chicken with some baked macaroni and cheese with some collard greens. Look at here. Does everyone need healing or only those who need healing? What? Or only those who need healing? Praise God, sis, anointed. I really am. Only God does this through me. I mean, he uses me because it ain't me. Does everyone need healing? I believe everybody can work on themselves. See? Like there's always some, because we're all these flawed people. We are these beautifully flawed individuals. And we can't help it. Like, because there's not one that was perfect except for Jesus himself. And so when you think about that, like if you keep finding yourself going through the same situations over and over and over again, and you can't figure out why, and you really just keep stumbling and fumbling through life, you may need somebody to help to walk you through that. Now, not everybody needs that, but this is for those who believe that they want to expedite a healing process within them. Because most of the reason why we do the stuff we do is from our past. Something that happened to us. Something that made us show up in the ways. Oh, I love you too, sis. I love you too. Right? It's not. Listen. Like, this is hard. And sometimes we just keep going around the same circle over and over and over again. And the reality of the situation is we want to expedite our healing, but it won't begin until we begin to be honest with ourselves, till we begin to own who we are and the ways in which we show up in the relationship. Because you know we think we right all the time, right? You know you can't see yourself, right? You know it takes somebody who cares enough about you to point something out to you, to say, listen, baby, that ain't, You was saying it was them, but sugar, let me just tell you, it wasn't them. I just heard what you said. It wasn't them. And this is not about blame. It's not about shame. That's not what this is about. This is about self-awareness, because the moment you begin to own your stuff is the minute you begin to take your power back. That's how it happens. You take back your power. The moment you own who you are, what you did, what you needed, how you responded, how you reacted. Did you flip your proverbial lid when they said something to you? How did you respond to all of this or all of that, right? What was your part in that? Instead of dealing with it head on, did you just catch your attitude and walk away? And here's the other question, and was that healthy? And what outcome did you want to get from that type of behavior? Oh, I'm sorry, you wanted them to read your mind. Okay. All right, I understand. Oh, so you ain't never done nothing wrong, not ever? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I got it. No, I got it. Oh, so you were always perfect. Oh, you admit that you weren't? Okay, those 2 times. Okay, because I'm just, no. Oh, so your father not being there in your life ever? And having a whole different other family on the other side of the town, never acknowledging you and your siblings because of his disdain for your mother, that didn't bother you? You don't think that shaped how you deal with other people? Oh, okay. Okay, no, okay. All of it. Every tear that we've cried, every pain that we've felt, our environment and the ways in which we grew up, the things, the passivity that we've seen in our life, or every time we were told to shut up and made us feel like we didn't matter or like we weren't enough, all affects how we see ourselves and also affects the type of relationships that we have. And until you come into the knowledge of self and sit in your power, it will always be difficult to navigate your way through relationships. Everybody don't need coaching, and that's number 1. And number 2, I'm not everybody's coach, because I'm the kind of get in your face kind of person. And I don't mean with anger or attitude. I mean in love. Because if you want to get to the root, I'm going to help you dig it up. And I'm going to ask you the questions. When I say get in your face, I'm going to ask you the question. And we're going to work through the answers. Because that's how I got to give it up. Otherwise, there is no healing. But everybody don't need me, and that's fine. But for those who do, I am available. And the link is in my bio. And sometimes times you have to be direct and when blunt based on the offense as well. Absolutely. I grew up with very loving parents. It was a society that negatively affected me in my 20s. Oh yes, all kinds of residue is all over you. I was just telling a story in somebody else's room, in fact, and I've told that story in here before. It's really dope, man. Like, he's grown now. When he was 18 or so years old, he went into the military, right? And some of y'all have heard this story before, right? I love it. You will hear from me, sis. Oh, Sonola. Okay, baby. So he's about 18 years old. He goes into the military, and when his buddies, I guess, were out and they were deployed overseas, he was messing with their wives. And he was having a good time. He was all about 18, 19, 20 years old, whatever it is. But he didn't realize how much that was affecting him. He thought, oh, I'm just sowing my oats. But he can't trust women to this day. So the hole that you were digging for somebody else, you literally dug for yourself. And while he's up there in age now, he still can't have a good relationship. He did not realize how much that affected him. And there are some people that don't realize how much the nonsense that they've done has affected them. But if you can control and manipulate your way through things and get women and men to do things your way, then there's no loss. Everything will work out fine because I get to manipulate and control the entire situation. So with that being said, like, there's a lot of people, that's the only way they can have a relationship is when they're in control because of the things that they've done in their past. And they believe that the griminess that they've done is going to catch up to them. So they try to make sure to insulate everything. And then they in a relationship with somebody and that person is not free. You understand what I'm saying? People don't understand the damage that they do or the damage that they have done in relationships. And as a result of being a party to it, right? They've ended up inadvertently hurting themselves. And they don't even realize that. And this is a dope man. Makes good money. Lives a good life. Does his thing. He's not out here in no trouble. He's not doing anything to anybody. He's not trying to be harmful, but he can't trust women because of what he did with women. And you think that it don't have no snapback or there are no consequences or repercussions from the things that we witnessed in our 18, 19, 20-year-old selves, for the things that we did to other people or the things that we had done to us. Of course it affects you. Of course it does. It is sad. It is sad. Because he's this amazing person, but still stuck because of what he did. There are consequences. And the only thing that's going to set you free is you giving your life over and repenting and letting it go so that you can get busy living. That's why I said to you, Lavette, that's why I said to you that I'm grateful that you're here, because a lot of people get stuck and they don't move. And it's either their way or it's the highway. A lot of people don't know that they stuck. You know what I'm saying? Yes, busy living. That's right. A lot of people don't realize that they stuck or they've created this hell for themselves because of the things that they did before in their lives, right? They don't understand the consequences of the things that they've done. And yes, they need to be healed. Yes, they need to release it. Yes, they need to get to the next level. Yes. I never trusted women because of that up until I got married. That whole point. That was the whole point. And that still don't mean anything. Because it renders in different ways. Hello, so do you think anyone told him about giving his sins to God? I'm not sure. Because when I met him, I was in a very professional setting, and it was a forum. So he had the mic in his hand, and he was just telling his story. And then I talked to him later, and I was asking him about that, because I think he's a really dope man. Like, he's dope. He's super dope. But he's still dealing with what he did. What did you say? Nope. I never trusted women because of that up until I got married. Nope, it doesn't. I don't know what you're talking about when you say nope, it doesn't. Want until I have my life to the Lord that healed me from all the guilt. Okay. Hey, pals. I see you, baby. How are you? I see you, pals. Oh, you was agreeing because I don't remember what it was. Thank you for the heart, me, baby. I see you. I see you, little sis. I see you. Beautiful self. Yes. So I don't know. I am amazing. Did we have a dope day today, pals? We had an awesome day today. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I am amazing. Yes. So yeah, y'all. So much fun. Yeah, I love Dr. Lisa. I love all of y'all. I am so grateful to have met all of y'all today. Like, it was just amazing. It was dope. And I'm still amped off of that, like right now. Right now. Hey, Shalom. I see you, baby, coming up in here. How are you, my love? I saw you in New York. And love that. Wait a minute. Let me look at your profile. Wait a minute. I can't. Wait a minute. I'm trying to see. Oh, you saw me from when we were on the video. Right. Thank you, pals. I see you. Yes. Okay. Wait a minute. Approved comment. Yeah. Because we were out there acting up. We had such a good time. Wait a minute. Let me see. Same. I feel so inspired. I'm late. It's one of them nights. Hey, beauty. Forever, wasn't you supposed to be inboxing me? Yes, in New York. Yes, I always wondered why mainly married women were attracted to me in my 20s and 30s. Really? That's interesting. But y'all, listen. I'm getting up out of here. It is 11:18. And y'all know, let me tell y'all something. Before I got in these TikTok streets, I was getting in my bed at 9 o'clock, and these TikTok streets got me out here until 11 o'clock. I'm telling y'all, right? Hey, how you still say, hey, thank you for the follow, my love. Thank you. You've been in here since the beginning. You left out and you came back. Wait, huge fact. Yeah, y'all got me out in these streets until 11 o'clock at night. I'm supposed to be in the bed. I know it's Saturday, but sister girl ain't built like this no more. I'm a seasoned woman. I'm just trying. Pals, you can hang out till 4 o'clock in the morning every night if you want to. Girl, you are so beautiful. Oh my God. You are so beautiful. Y'all play too much. I'm a seasoned woman. I need my rest. Child, it ain't easy to be trying to look like this out here in these streets. I'm just kidding. I love y'all. I love y'all like I love fried chicken. Listen, y'all have an awesome, and I mean a wonderful night. Listen, I am praying for y'all, and I really mean that. I'm asking God to bless you with whatever it is that you need. I'm praying that God moves mightily in each and every one of y'all lives. I want God to meet you at your need so that you can be successful in whatever it is that you're doing that is in alignment with His will and His word. Y'all have an awesome night, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'll be on here again about 8:30. I love y'all. God meet all of us where we are right now. Yes, in Jesus' name. Amen. Y'all have a good one.